We are live on YouTube, starting us up on the Rumble. Good afternoon, hello, welcome to This Day in History, aka TDH. I'm Xander. We will be joined by the Golden Loon here shortly. And you, VRU, thank you very much for coming in and watching. Today is Thursday, aka Thursday, January 29th, 2026. This show is about interesting and important events that happened today throughout the annals of recorded history. Starting with, in the year 474, Zeno was crowned co-emperor of the Byzantine Empire with his son Leo II at the age of 6 or 7. Then in 661, Rashidun Caliphate, then the largest empire in history, ended with the death of its leader, Ali, succeeded by the Umayyad Caliphate. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
904 here, Sergius III came out of retirement to take over the papacy from the deposed anti-pope Christopher. Yep. 946, Caliph al-Mustafaki was blinded and deposed by Emir Mu'iz al-Dawla, ruler of the Umayyad Empire. He was succeeded by al-Muti as Caliph of the Abbasid Caliphate.
Does that say 1946?
946.
Ah, okay.
No, it's an exclamation point, which means it's off of primary source.
Okay.
So, 1258, Mongols defeated by Dai Viet at the Battle of Dongbodao. From the other source here, it says the first Mongol invasion of Dai Viet defeated the Mongols at the Battle of Dongbodao, forcing the Mongols to withdraw from the country. Yeah. We also have 1523, Sermon of Constance. Zwingli defended 67 theses. That's a lot of theses to defend right there.
You're not kidding.
Yeah. 1574, Battle of the Scheldt. Dutch rebel Seebagger fleet led by Lodewijk van Boyset defeated the Spanish and sunk 15 Spanish ships. All right.
Jeez.
And we have a photo here. That is a lot of ships. This is an artist's depiction of it. Look at all the ships out there. Oh. 1594, mathematician John Napier dedicated his plain discovery of the whole revelation of St. John to King James VI, predicted end of the world in 1688 or 1700. Didn't happen.
Kind of soft, isn't he?
Yeah.
50, off.
Yep. 1595, William Shakespeare's play Romeo and Juliet was thought to have been first performed. It was officially published early in 1597. So this is before it was actually published, but this is when it was believed to actually have been done.
Been produced on stage.
Yes.
Okay.
1732, Paris churchyard of Saint Medard was closed after Jansenistic ritual. Why? And what is a Jansenistic ritual?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. Let's look this up here really quick. I'm just going to do a surface level scratch of this article on Ecosia. Let's see here. Convulsionaries of Saint Medard. It was a group of 18th century French religious pilgrims who exhibited convulsions and later constituted a religious sect and a political movement. The practice originated at the tomb of Francois de Paris, an ascetic Jansenist who was buried at the cemetery of the parish of Saint Medard in Paris. The convulsionaries were associated with the Jansenist movement, which became more politically active after the papal bull Unigenius officially banned the sect.
That's just weird.
That didn't answer any of my questions, and it just made a whole bunch of... I know, there is, there was, this random disease where a bunch of people, danced themselves to death, and it was an epidemic, and, it happened essentially overnight, and then it ended essentially overnight. It lasted for a few weeks or something. But to this day, it's one of the biggest medical mysteries in all of science. And there's been other things that have happened of just as bizarre nature, where a whole village just gets sick, and then it's over, and they can't figure out why. What happened? Was it some shared phenomenon?
I don't know.
It's weird. 1785, in a surprising announcement, John Hancock resigned as governor of Massachusetts, allegedly due to his failing health. Moving on.
John Hancock.
Yes.
Big signature, yeah.
Yep, big signature. Moving on up into the 1800s, the first celebration of Burns Night in honor of poet Robert Burns' birthday by the Mother Club in Greenock later realized his actual birthday was January 25th, not 29th. So, 1802 as well, John Beckley of Virginia was appointed the first Librarian of Congress. All right. 1834, President Jackson ordered the first use of U.S. troops to suppress a labor dispute. 1845, U.S. writer Edgar Allan Poe's poem *The Raven* was first published in the Evening Mirror newspaper in New York City.
He wrote some dark stuff, you know?
Yes, he did. And this one's famous for Nevermore! Oh. 1848, Sicily accepted a new constitution, chose parliament, and it gave freedom of press. So that's good. 1850, Senator Henry Clay drafted and introduced the Compromise of 1850 to diffuse tension between slave states and free states over territories won during the Mexican-American War. And 6 years after that, 1856, we have the Victoria Cross was established to acknowledge valor in the face of the enemy, United Kingdom, and Commonwealth countries. From the other source here, it says Queen Victoria issued a warrant under the Royal Sign Manual that established the Victoria Cross to recognize acts of valor by British military personnel during the Crimean War, specifically. And here's a bigger version of that image right there. This is a specific Canadian one. You can see by the flag behind it. 1860, American College established in Rome by Pope Pius IX. What? American College established in Rome.
Yeah.
That's interesting. 1861, U.S. state of Kansas was admitted to the Union as the 34th U.S. state. And then 2 years after that, the Bear River Massacre occurred, in which American soldiers slaughtered hundreds of Native Americans at the confluence of the Bear River and Beaver Creek in present-day Idaho, murdering hundreds of men, women, and children. Nothing was spared. They killed not just the men, but the women and the children, Padme. You don't understand. 1879, Custer Battlefield National Monument was established in Montana.
Custer's Last Stand.
Yep. I'd like to go visit that at some point. Maybe one day. 1879, we got that one. 1886, Carl Benz patented the Benz patent motor wagon. In Karlsruhe, Germany, the world's first automobile with an internal combustion engine. And from the other source, he says he patented the first successful gasoline-driven automobile. So this is one specifically to run on petrol.
Did it, huh?
Yes. And I think Benz, or maybe it was Mercedes, I don't know, but one of these people also invented the diesel. Well, I guess that was Diesel. That was his last name, Diesel. It was some guy named Diesel, now that I remember that. But this is the first petrol running or gasoline running automobile, motorized vehicle there. 1891, Liliuokalani was proclaimed Queen of Hawaii, its last monarch, and the only queen regnant of the Kingdom of Hawaii. 1892, the Coca-Cola Company was incorporated in Atlanta, Georgia. Oh. Shasta's better, though.
What year was that?
1892.
Wow.
Yeah. 1896, United States citizen Emil Grubby was the first doctor to use radiation treatment for breast cancer.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Nah, this is when it started. Moving on up into the 1900s, the American League was organized in Buffalo, Chicago, Cleveland, Detroit, Indianapolis, Kansas City, Milwaukee, and Minneapolis. Then, 1904, we have the first athletic letters were given, University of Chicago football team. We were talking about that yesterday with the letter C or something.
Yeah, you got that on a sweater or something.
Yeah.
Or
1905
or something.
Yeah, 1905, Tsar Nicholas II of Russia, unsettled by the rising violence and protest, enacted reforms to improve the conditions of workers. These changes would do little to stop disorder throughout Russia in the ensuing months. They would inevitably, I think I was like, 1918 or something.
And his whole family.
Yeah, Anastasia. 1907, Republican Charles Curtis of Kansas became the first Native American U.S. Senator. Now, from what you told me, Native Americans cannot grow facial hair.
Yeah, that's my understanding.
Well, this guy has a mustache.
Oh, yeah.
Well, actually, he was the 31st Vice President. Oh, wow.
You sure he's a Native American?
It's the same guy, Charles Curtis. Charles Curtis. He eventually went on to become a vice president.
Hmm.
1911, during the Mexican Revolution, Mexicali was captured by the Mexican Liberal Party, igniting the Magnosia Rebellion of 1911. 1 year after that, martial law was declared due to a textile strike in Lawrence, Massachusetts. Must have been one hell of a strike. 1916, the first bombing of Paris by German Zeppelins took place.
Oh, jeez.
Now, I have a picture of this, but did we speak about the first bombing of Paris a couple weeks ago? Actually, no, this is Paris, right?
Yeah.
Paris. Okay. Yeah, no, never mind. The few weeks ago was London. The first bombing of London or something. 1918, Ukrainian-Soviet War. The Bolshevik Red Army, on its way to besiege Kiev, was met by a small group of military students at the Battle of Kruty. Well, that's interesting. Running into, both parties running into students during an active war zone, and being a student, or being a group of students or part of a group of students in an active war zone, running into some more seasoned soldiers. You'd be they would be like, oh crap, you'd be like, oh thank God. 1918, Ukrainian-Soviet War, an armed uprising organized by the Bolsheviks in anticipation of the encroaching Red Army, began at the Kiev arsenal, which would be put down 6 days later. I think this might be involved with one of these other articles, or this one here, maybe, because they're both on the same, year and involving the same incident. But who knows? Remember the whole thing with those battle in Africa? There's two battles at the same time on the same day, 15 miles apart or something.
Oh yeah.
Whatever it was.
I can't remember what it was.
The Zulus, I think.
Somebody was invading somebody.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but it was like the Zulus or something.
In 1920, Walt Disney started work as an artist with Kansas City Slide Company, or KC, I guess, whatever, KC Slide Company, or Slide, yeah.
Kansas City, yeah.
For $40 a week.
Yeah.
Man, $40 a week would sound pretty sweet right now. It's better than nothing. 1922, Union of Costa Rica, Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador dissolved. That's unfortunate. 365 days later, the first flight of the Autogiro, piloted by Juan de la Cierva, occurred in Madrid, Spain. And this is it right here. Look at that thing. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
It's an airplane with a helicopter blade.
Yeah.
But I think there was, I think there's a propeller in the front. Let me look up this article really quick, just to see other. Yes, there is.
Okay, yeah.
So it goes forward, and there's a lift thing. Wait a minute. This one has no wings. What the hell?
Well.
Well, yeah. Neither does this one. So this is they're getting rid of the wings. The invention of the helicopter. This is before the stabilizing. They had the fins in the back, but not the other blade. So maybe the blade in the front acted as the blade we have in the back.
Yeah.
It's sort of, kind of. I don't know the physics of helicopters, but yeah, that's wild. 1924, ice cream cone rolling machine was patented by Carl Taylor of Cleveland.
Rolling machine.
Well, you take the waffle thing and it rolls up. You have like a waffle patty.
Oh.
And it rolls up into
it's
a
the cone, not ice cream.
No, it's the ice cream cone rolling
okay.
machine. Ice cream cone rolling machine.
Yeah, okay.
So it takes your little waffle and it rolls it. There you go.
Yeah.
In 1925, Swiss team of Dennis Voucher, C. Alfred Alphabatten, Antoine Julien, and Alphonse Julien won the military patrol gold medal at the Chamonix Winter Olympics, the first version of the biathlon. All right. 1929, Seeing Eye Guide Dog Organization formed in the U.S. And then moving on up to 1936, the first players elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame were announced: Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth, Honus Wagner, Christy Mathewson, and Walter Johnson.
Whoa.
I recognize some of them.
Whoa. I recognize all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't around to see them play, but man, oh man, that's some real.
Well, that's the first ones.
Talent. Huh?
Yeah, that's the first one.
Yeah.
So they had to come out strong. 1940, 3 trains on the Nishinari line, present-day Sakurajima line in Osaka, Japan, collided and exploded while approaching Aji Kawaguchi Station. 181 souls met God that time. So 3 trains collided. Wow. 41, Alexandros Korzis became Prime Minister of Greece after the sudden death of his predecessor, dictator Ioannis Metaxas. That's kind of suspicious.
Yeah, sudden death, huh?
Yeah, what? Yeah, but
Is
he was.
that bullet infectious?
Yeah, but he was a dictator, so I guess we can look the other way for this time. 1942, Peru and Ecuador signed Protocol of Rio, the boundary determination, so they're figuring things out. 1943, New Zealand cruiser Kiwi collided with Japanese submarine I-1 at Guadalcanal. That must have been alarming for both of them.
Yeah.
If either one didn't realize or whatever, all of a sudden, kung, like, what was that? Oh, enemy submarine. What, enemy submarine? 1943, U.S. cruiser Chicago CA-29 was heavily damaged by a Japanese bomber on the first day of the Battle of Rennell Island. The USS Chicago, not Vicago, CA-29, torpedoed and heavily damaged by Japanese bombers. 1944, USS Missouri, the last battleship commissioned by the U.S. Navy, was launched. Because that's the last one. 44, World War II as well. 285 German bombers attacked London. A lot of bombers.
Whoa. Wait. Read that again?
285 German bombers attacked London.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, they had massive sorties too.
Oh, so. No, they were under bombing all the time.
Well, no, they were bombing us. Well, the British.
Yeah, no, the British, yeah.
And World War II, 1944, about 38 men, women, and children died, and another dozen injured in the Konushi massacre in Poland, present-day Kaniukai, Lithuania, by Soviet partisan units. Yeah. 44, in Bologna, Italy, the anatomical theater of the Archianioso was completely destroyed in an air raid during the Second World War. And then 4 years later...
Sounds like baloney to me.
Yeah. 1948, Commissioner Happy Chandler fined the Yankees, Cubs, and Phillies $500 each for signing high school players.
That's too young,
I guess so. 1948, Pakistan Socialist Party was founded. Bad decision right there. 365 more days later, 1949, Great Britain, Belgium, Luxembourg, Netherlands, New Zealand, and Switzerland recognized Israel. 51, baseball signed six-year All-Star pack for TV radio rights for $6 million. I guess $1 million a year.
Read it again.
Baseball signed 6-year All-Star pack for TV radio rights for $6 million.
All-Star pack. I guess that's All-Star games or something?
I guess so.
Yeah.
1955, John Williams Cox bought the Yankee Stadium, sold grounds to Knights of Columbus, and then later left the structure to Rice University in 1962. That's a lot of changing hands right there. Moving on to 1959, smog pollution with readings higher than the 1952 Great Smog of London hit London, with many suffering chest and lung related illnesses. We also have Walt Disney's Sleeping Beauty was released. And the first Mello de Festivalen was held in Circus, Stockholm, Sweden. It's telling me to look that up here, so I'm going to. We don't need that one anymore. What is this? History of... Oh, it's an annual song competition. Okay. All right. 1960, baseball's new Continental League awarded its 8th and last franchise to Buffalo, New York.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was the Upstart League.
Yeah. I'm going to add this here, just so that way I have that. 1963, Jim Thorpe, Red Grange, and George Halas was elected to the Football Hall of Fame. The first inductees into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Boy, that's late, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's kind of interesting that both baseball and football, years apart, but on the same calendar date. On the same calendar date, that's when their first inductees were put in there. 1964, Dr. Strangelove, directed by Stanley Kubrick and starring Peter Sellers and George C. Scott, premiered. Good movie. Scary movie. And very possible that might happen. I mean, just the perfect series of events malfunctioning, you know?
In so many years, I hardly remember the movie.
Well, basically, like, I'm not going to spoil the plot. Like, it's a whole thing. But it's the way that it was laid out. It's incredibly believable and it's terrifying. 1964, the 9th Winter Olympic Games opened at Innsbruck, Austria. All right. We also have the most lopsided high school game basketball score, 211-29.
What? 211?
In Louisiana. Yeah.
Great.
NBC purchases AFL 5-year from 1965 through 69 TV rights for $36 million. And while all that was going on, 1964 as well, the Beatles recorded German-language versions of their hits, Komm, gib mir deine Hand, I Want to Hold Your Hand, and Sie liebt dich, She Loves You, at EMI's Pathé Marconi Studios in Paris, France. I wonder if they spoke German.
Weird. Well, yeah. You wonder.
And I know if Creative's watching this, he's probably slamming his head on the table like, Xander, stop butchering my language.
What are you doing?
Yeah. 1964, unmanned Apollo 1 Saturn launch test attained Earth orbit. Good. 1966, Neil Simon's Coleman and Fields musical Sweet Charity premiered at Palace Theater in New York City for 608 performances. In 1967, Branch Rickey and Lloyd Warner were elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Branch Rickey, oh yeah.
Okay. 1967, the Arusha Declaration, written by Tanzanian President Julius Nyerere, was issued, clarifying Tanzania's path towards Ujamaa, or African socialism. Not a good idea. 1967, Let's Sing Yiddish, closed at Brooks Atkinson, New York City, after 107 performances.
Never heard of it.
Well, it only was 107 performances, so it wasn't that particularly popular.
You know, 2 a day, that's 50 performances, so you're how many months?
A couple. Well, we're going to cover one that blows that out of the water. 1968, Nauru, formerly Pleasant Island, adopted the Constitution. Formerly Pleasant Island? Okay, what happened? 1969, Jimi Hendrix and Pete Townsend waged a battle of guitars.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen that.
No, you're not kidding.
1971, the last of its many UFO sightings was made at Puudajärvi, Finland. 1973, international agreement to pay for and conserve 9th century Borobudur Temple in Indonesia, the world's largest Buddhist temple, completed in 1982. Beginnings of the World Heritage Convention. All right, so this was this is when it started, and it was completed in 1982. All right, you know what? I'm going to look this up here. I want to see what this temple looked like. It's probably something beautiful. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at that thing.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would love to go see that. And this is like, is this real? Come on. There we go. That looks real. Look at the size. That's even bigger than it looked like before. Wow.
That's amazing.
Can you imagine going to that place?
Hey.
I would love there. I would love to go there so bad. What do we got here? 1975, the first American Annual Comedy Awards, hosted by Alan King, occurred. And 1976, the Zeus Planetarium in Hague was destroyed by a fire. That's unfortunate. 1 year later, Sweden outlawed aerosol sprays due to their harmful effect on the ozone layer, becoming the first nation to enact such a ban. I'm pretty sure we spoke about that a couple days ago, actually.
Could have. That was a big deal.
Yeah. 79, Brenda Spencer, at the age of 16, killed 2 adults and injured 8 children and a police officer in a San Diego, California schoolyard shooting. Incident inspired Irish rocker Boomtown's Rat's song, I Don't Like Mondays. Okay. Now we have like 2 for 2. We had that incident with those deportees yesterday, inspiring that song, Deportee. And then now we have this inspiring. And I wonder if tomorrow we're going to have another incident that inspires a song. 1979, Chinese Vice Premier Deng Xiaoping visited Washington, D.C., the highest-ranking Chinese Communist official to do so. All right. 79 as well, English progressive rock trio Emerson, Lake, and Palmer disbanded after 10 years together.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah. We also have U.S. President Jimmy Carter commuted Patty Hearst's 7-year jail sentence to time served, which was at the time 22 months, according to our primary source. But according to our other one, it says 2 years, which is 24 months. So we have a discrepancy. If anybody can let us know what the exact time is, actually, let us know in the comments. 1980, Cleveland Cavaliers beat LA Lakers 154-153 in quadruple overtime. That's one hell of a game.
Yeah.
1980, 6 Iranian-held U.S. hostages escaped with the help of Canadians. All right.
What?
Well, like U.S. hostages being held in Iran.
Yeah.
It seems like with some Canadian help, they got them out of there.
I don't recall them ever escaping, though.
Well, 6 of them did. I don't know. 1980, and actually, oh yeah, perfect. I'm keeping up with my pictures. The Rubik's Cube made its international debut at the Ideal Toy Core in Earl's Court, London. You know, I had this locked and loaded, ready to go. The Rubik's Cube. We also have 1982, Old Dominion ended Louisiana Tech's women basketball record 54 game winning streak. All right, that's awesome. They had a great winning streak.
Yeah.
Wayne Garland, baseball's first millionaire free agent, was waived by the Indians. And 1983, Down Under by Men at Work hit #1 in UK pop charts. You know that song.
I'm trying to remember it, and I don't. Right
Whoops, I didn't mean to click that. Well, there we go. Down Under, Men at Work. Down Under. You're going to recognize this immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, in 1983, Singapore cable car crash, Panamanian registered oil rig Aniwitok struck the cables of the Singapore cable car system, which linked the mainland and Sentosa Island, causing 2 cabins to fall in the water, causing 7 deaths and 13 others trapped for hours. Yikes. There were cable cars going over the water. They got hit by a boat or something. 1984, President Reagan formally announced he will seek a second term. 85, Oxford University refused to award Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher an honorary degree. Honorary. 1988, United Airlines Boeing 747 SP circled the world in 36 hours, 54 minutes, and 15 seconds. Impressive.
Yeah.
A lot faster than what I can do. That's for sure. 1989, Cleveland's Chris Dudley missed 5 free throws during 1 foul attempt. Okay, Shaq. 1989 as well, game-winning RBI. Official statistic dropped after 9 years of use. New York Mets' Keith Hernandez is the all-time leader with 129. Yeah. Now, is RBI, is that anything to do with the line? We also have Long Island preacher Gene Profeta pled guilty to tax evasion. Why, as a preacher, do you need to do tax evasion? You're a freaking preacher. Your religious is tax exempt. What is your problem?
Good point.
Idiots. We also have, during the Cold War, Hungary established diplomatic relations with South Korea, making it the first Eastern Bloc nation to do so. All right. 91, Nelson Mandela, an anti-apartheid leader, and Zulu Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi met after 28 years. All right. Then we have the Battle of Khafji began. This was the first major ground engagement of the Gulf War, as well as the deadliest between Saudi Arabia and Iraq. Yep. 1993, U.S. Postal Service issued a stamp commemorating chemist Percy Levon Julian. Let's, we'll get to that one here in a bit eventually. Let's take a look at the stamp here really quick. Let's see. Okay. It's a cool looking stamp. 1994, Frankie Rendell beat Mexican boxing legend Julio Cesar Chavez by split decision to win WBC Super Lightweight title at MGM Grand, Las Vegas. Chavez's first knockdown of career in 11th and first loss in 91 pro fights.
Jeez.
Impressive. More than impressive. Like, unhuman. 1996, quote, France will no longer test nuclear weapons, ellipses, definitive end, end quote. President Jacques Chirac stated following international outcry over tests in the Pacific. But yeah, France was doing nuclear tests. We also have in 1996, La Fenice, Venice's opera house, was destroyed by a fire. That's tragic. Then the 6,138th performance of Cats was held in London, surpassing the record of Broadway's longest-running musical, A Chorus Line. I bet they don't feel so jellical now. 1998, thick fog caused highway carnage in Belgium and Netherlands. 6 people died. Yeah. A woman's clinic in Birmingham, Alabama was bombed, causing one fatality in 1998. Who's bombed? Why?
Yeah.
2000?
What? Maybe it's an abortion clinic.
It was just a woman's clinic in Birmingham, Alabama. I mean, probably abortion. Maybe.
Well, I'm trying to read between the lines. So.
Yeah. Well, Alabama, very conservative, anti-abortion.
I
You
guess.
know. 2000, Karl Malone of the Utah Jazz became the third player in NBA history to score 30,000 career points.
Yeah.
Finished with 35 in a 96-94 loss to Minnesota, behind Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at 38,387 and Wilt Chamberlain at 31,419. 2001 as well, thousands of student protesters in Indonesia stormed parliament and demanded that President Abdurrahman Wahid resign due to alleged involvement in corruption scandals. 2002, U.S. President George W. Bush, in his State of the Union address, described regimes that sponsor terror as an axis of evil, which includes Iraq, Iran, and North Korea, which incidentally were not countries that had Rothschild banks in them. What a coincidence. 2003, Sally Clark cleared of murdering her two sons after more than 3 years in prison in what was a life sentence. You want to talk about life kicking you in the teeth while you're down and just completely destroyed? Is losing your children.
The car went into the river or something, the lake, and the kids drowned.
Maybe there's been a lot of there's more than one of those. I know what you're talking about, but that one got major press, but there's been a lot of things like that have happened as well, but which is very unfortunate. But I mean, if Sally Clark here was innocent, she lost her two kids and then spent 3 years in jail after it. I would have sued the country for like $1 billion for that miscarriage of justice. That's disgusting. If she is indeed innocent. So, 2005, the first direct commercial flights from mainland China from Guangzhou to Taiwan since 1949 arrived in Taipei. Shortly afterwards, a China Airlines carrier landed in Beijing. All right. 2006, Irfan Pathan became the first bowler to take a Test cricket hat trick in the opening over a match. Got you. There always is one. 2006 as well, U.S. Postal Service released 39-cent stamp featuring Hattie McDaniel in the dress she wore in 1940 when she became the first black Stadian actress to accept the Academy Award. All right.
Didn't she get that for Gone with the Wind, I think?
She was the maid or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gone with the Wind. Good pull. Oh. 2007, Ken Dryden's number 29 jersey was retired by the Montreal Canadiens. In 2008, Egyptian court ruled that people who do not adhere to one of the three government-recognized religions, while not allowed to list any belief outside of those three, were still eligible to receive government identity documents. Okay, that sounds okay. 2009, Rod Blagojevich, governor of Illinois, was removed from office after being convicted of corruption charges, including the alleged solicitation of personal benefits in exchange for an appointment to the United States Senate as a replacement for then U.S. President-elect Barack Hussein Obama. Yeah, remember that when he was like he put that seat up for bid or whatever, and it was a whole scandal. Oh.
Yeah, I do remember.
We also have
that guy. Yeah, Chicago mayor.
Yeah. We also have, speaking of Obama, he signed his first bill into law, the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act of 2009. Do you know what that was? Or?
Not a clue.
I'm going to look that up then really quick. And I want to know what that is. Let's see here. A landmark federal statute in the United States that was the first bill. Okay, yeah. The act amends the Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and states that the 180-day statute of limitations for filing an equal pay lawsuit regarding pay discrimination resets with each new paycheck affected by that discriminatory action. I could probably understand that if I can read that a couple of times, but I can't right now. So I'm just going to add that in the underbar section for anybody else to look that up later. 2009, the Supreme Constitutional Court of Egypt ruled that people... Well, we spoke about that. Like in 2008. So we have a discrepancy, 2008, 2009. Which one was it that this, remember like the three religion thing? Mm-hmm. So it's happening again. I wonder if they did it twice or if there's a discrepancy here. 2012, U.S. snowboarder Shaun White achieved the first ever Superpipe perfect score of 100 in Winter X Games history. 2014, archaeologists discovered the oldest Roman temple, dated back to the 6th century BC, at Saint Omo Bono. And that's what this picture is here.
Ah.
So,
Wow.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
We have 2014 as well. Cristiano Ronaldo became the first non-Spanish player to captain Real Madrid, making his 500th appearance for the club. Scientists discovered how to convert normal cells into stem cells in mice in 2014. That's mind-blowing right there. I didn't realize we've had that technology for 12 years now.
No.
2015, Malaysia officially declared the disappearance of missing flight MH370 an accident. And they've recently reopened that case.
Oh, you're kidding.
Not too long ago. Because we have new technology, we can do more things with stuff. So they've reopened the case to try to figure something out. 2017, an attack on a mosque in Quebec killed 6 people and injured 17. Shooter was a French-Canadian student. And the mosque was in Sainte-Foy, Quebec. Shooter was a French-Canadian student, Alexandre Bichonnet. And it was at the Islamic Culture Center of Quebec City. 2018, Cleveland Indians announced they will remove Chief Wahoo caricature logo from uniforms in 2019, despite the natives approving that and drawing that to begin with. You know, stupid white people. 2018, David Beckham launched a Major League Soccer team in Florida, Inter Miami CF. Not every day where a new professional sports team of any type just manifests. We also have 2018, Toronto police arrested landscaper Bruce MacArthur for murder after remains of at least 5 people were found in potted plants.
Oh, God.
Yeah. 2019, Empire star Jussie Smollett suffered suspected racist and homophobic attack in Chicago, later determined to be a self-perpetrated hoax. Yeah, when the demand outweighs the supply, these people just have to make stuff up to push their own narrative because in their head, racism exists even when it doesn't exist. They have to have it exist, otherwise they don't have a point to exist.
Well, he was trying to further his acting career.
Yeah, well, you know, he should be in jail.
Yeah.
2019, approaching polar vortex prompts state of emergency to be declared in Wisconsin, Michigan, Illinois, Alabama, and Mississippi. The U.S. Postal Service suspends delivery to 10 states. That is some serious stuff right there. And then we have here, in the aftermath of a wild ending to a UFC 229, Khabib Nurmagomedov, 500,000 in 9 months, and Conor McGregor, 50,000 in 6 months, are issued fines and suspensions, bans retroactive to October 6, 2018. That could be written better.
I don't know what that even means.
Basically, the ending of this match resulted in these 2 participants, or these 2 athletes, getting fined and suspended. And then later, there is some kind of ban or something. So, 2019, Norwegian government proposed building a floating road tunnel as part of a new roadway between Kristiansand and Trondheim. Okay. 2019, Tehran, Iran banned dog walking in public and driving with dogs. Then how the hell are you supposed to get your
dog around?
Like, what? Okay, if you're gonna ban one, you can't ban both. Like if you know, what if your dog needs to go to the vet? You can't walk it, so you have to drive it. You can't drive it. What do? You carry it? But wouldn't that be considered walking it?
Get on a bicycle.
You know that. I wonder if that would be possible. Like, can you get away with that? Like, you know, like. I don't know. Anyway, 2019, Toronto landscaper Bruce MacArthur admitted in court to the murder of 8 homosexual men. Yeah. Didn't we just talk about that guy? Bruce MacArthur, yeah.
Oh.
The remains of 5 people found in potted plants. Is this the same guy?
Yikes.
Yeah, Bruce MacArthur, yeah.
Yikes.
So he killed 3 more people, and they were all gay or homosexual. So, 2019, U.S. Postal Service suspended deliveries to 10 states due to severity of the polar vortex. We already spoke about that here. Let me move this up here really quick. Actually, hold on a second. Get of that. And that was over here. Nope, that was over here. Where'd it go? This one. Here it is. Okay. Save that. Get rid of that. Going on down to 2021. Making sure I didn't miss anything. Proposal to prevent the feminization of male adolescents, published by China's Education Ministry, asks schools to use sports to cultivate masculinity. Very rarely do I support China, but this is one of the times that I do. 2021, Nigerian farmers win a landmark case against Shell at Court of Appeal of The Hague, held accountable for oil spills in order to carry out a cleanup in Delta region. Good! Good. Here, let me applause really quick. Where's my applause? There we go. Go Nigerian farmers! Heck yes! 2022, Canadian truck drivers and pedestrians gathered to rally and protest on Parliament Hill against Canadian Kung Flu restrictions, which caused traffic and closures around the city. Remember the honking? All that stuff? This is when it started. 2024, Suits was the most streamed show in 2023 with 57.7 billion minutes, followed by Bluey, then NCIS, according to Nielsen. Bluey being that... NCIS is some crime show. And Bluey is a popular Australian children's cartoon.
Yeah.
So, and 2024, Chinese property giant Evergrande, with more than $300 billion in debt, was ordered to liquidate by a Hong Kong court. That's all of their ghost cities and everything.
I remember that.
Elmo the Muppet posted, "Elmo's just checking in. How is everybody doing?" on X, and received thousands of brutally honest replies. Brutally honest replies.
That's never good.
No. 2024, Elon Musk tweeted his company Neuralink has implanted a brain reading device into the person for a first time. Not good. And we have U.S. Army helicopter practicing night vision flying, crashed in mid-air in a commercial jet, killing all 67 passengers, including dozens of figure skaters and crew members, over the Potomac River while approaching Ronald Reagan National Airport near Washington, D.C. American Eagle Flight 5342, you know. There's a lot of conspiracies going on around this, because there were several times where a helicopter almost crashed into an airplane a day of, there was multiple events. A day prior, 2 days prior or something, and then this event happened and everything. And then there's people going on saying that the helicopter was a drone. You remember that? And they have the whole video of it, and the helicopter flew into the plane. Didn't try at all. It actually did everything to get into the path to get hit.
I don't know if that's accurate, but it didn't sound like it tried to get out of its way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that shall conclude the show for the day. Once again, please check the underbar of the description below for any links that you may be interested in, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. A lot of history has and continues to be made on a daily basis. We can only bring you a portion. Please check our sources. It is up to you to find the artifacts of our history, but only if each individual reaches out with and for open mindfulness and a yearn to learn, to see outside what you think you know, to grow and to find enlightenment. We have to find common ground with those who see their opinions differently from our own and find a better way to be better to one another. For your dose of past events daily, we stream every day at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, East PM Standard Time. And for all of you and all of us, I'm Alexander.
Golden Loon.
And you, viewer, are you? I'm just going to double check to see if I have any comments. Doesn't look like it. And until you catch us next time, whenever it is, wherever it is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe.